All right, it's February 18th, 2024. I'm officially gonna start my growing season by seeding some peppers. I've got them all laid out over here on the table. Let's check it out. All right, so some of these seeds are from last year that I really liked, and some of them are new. I'm gonna be doing Big Thai peppers. I did those and I made hot sauce with those, and they're really good, so I'm going to be growing more of these. I'm going to be doing some cayennes. Those are really good. I'm going to make hot pepper sauce with those, along with jalapenos, a few different varieties of heat. Red bell peppers. I love bell peppers, and I think red are just the best tasting, so that's what I'm going to go with. And then over here, last year I did these Roma tomatoes and we had a lot of success with these, so I'm going to do more of these. And these ones are a new one, Marzano tomatoes. Those ones should be really good, flavorful tomato. And these ones, did those last year, and these get gigantic. They were a big, huge handful. They're the biggest tomato I've ever seen. So I'm only going to do a couple of those, just for sandwiches and stuff. And then cherry tomatoes, just for like some salads and stuff like that. Mainly going to be doing a lot of Roma tomatoes, these two. Those are great in the sauces. Going to be making spaghetti sauce. Doing a lot of tomato juice this year. Last year I started juicing tomato juice and it's delicious. So I'm going to be doing more of that. It's going to be going on over here. I've got my seed starting mix. I'm going to put that in the 5-gallon bucket, get some water in there and get it all moist, and then put it in my seed tray. Alright, so I got a bag of the seed starting mix in the 5. Filled it with some water to mix it all up and get it nice and moist. I also added a scoop of just my regular potting soil in there, just because it's not going to hurt it. And now it's time to fill up my seed cells. Alright, so I've got that seed tray full. There's 72 seed cells in this one, so that's a good number to start out with. It took about half a bag or a little more to fill up one tray, so about a half a bag. And now the question is, how many pepper plants of each one do I want? Now this is just what I have now and what I was able to grab at the local store. And I'm going to be doing a couple other peppers, most likely some habaneros and one other kind, maybe 2 more kinds. But for right now I'm going to start off with the cayenne peppers. I'm going to grow some of these to do some hot sauce and to add to salsa, mostly to do hot sauce. The last 3 years I've done mostly salsa, but last year I did some hot sauces and they were really good, so I'm going to do a lot of hot sauce and I'm going to need a lot of peppers. Those I'm going to plant out here. Let's take a look at the pepper section. So where these T-posts are is where I did peppers last year, and I'm going to do them again this year. Where the T-posts are, I plant them through in here and through here, and then they'll be over here. So I have, and right here. So I have 4 different sections where we're going to do the peppers. So here, 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 and then here, 4 different sections. And I'm thinking I'm going to start here. I'm going to do the cayenne pepper plants here. So probably like 1, 2, 3. So probably could get 10 of them in there. So I'm going to plant probably about 15 of them. That way I got some extras and I can give some of them away. Well, would you look at that? I've officially planted, or almost planted, my first seeds of the season. Pretty stoked. So I'm going to cover these up, get them labeled, and then do some more. Alright, so next up is Big Thai. I've only got one bag of this left from last year, so I'll see how many rows I can get. I'm going to try to do 24 of each, 4 rows of each pepper. That'll give me enough for salsa and hot sauces. Alright, so I was able to get 12 seed cells with the Big Thai. I just wanted to show how much I'm covering these. With the peppers and tomatoes, these littler seeds, I barely cover them. Just a little. You don't want to cover these more than 1/4 of an inch. That's a Scotty pro tip. Alright, first seed tray's done. I got my cayenne, Big Thai, and I did a bunch of jalapeno. Those are really good. Some of them are mild, some of them are hot. I just mixed them up. Those are really good in salsa and in hot sauce. So this is where I'm going to put them. This will be their home on the heat mat. I've already got it warmed up. Alright, so I've got the tray about halfway filled up with water. That'll keep it going for a minute. I'll just keep an eye on these. I'm just going to do the next seed tray. This is just how I do them, and then I'll just come back when I'm done. Alright, so seeds are seeded. I've got my cayenne peppers, Big Thai, jalapeno, and then over here I've got serrano. I did 36 serranos and 36 red bell peppers. We're going to be using a lot of both of those. We use a lot of red bell peppers in our sauces, so we're going to need a lot of them. Over here, this is what I started this last week. I want to get some morning glory vines going. They're easy to grow. They grow like weeds. And I seeded these about a week ago, and I've got one coming up right there. So I'm going to be using these throughout the garden. And being that these grow so easily and grow so huge, I'm going to probably do a lot of those just for some areas out in the garden. So that's going over here. The giant sunflowers I planted in here are about almost 3 weeks old now from when I seeded them. It's about, give me an idea of how big they are. I'm going to grow these through here throughout the season, and then when they die I cut them, and then I'll put some plants in here to overwinter in these pots. So the giant sunflowers are looking good. Plants are looking good. Roses are doing awesome. They're growing a lot. This was my first time experimenting with these. I'm going to definitely be propagating more of those. And then the honeysuckles. These are doing really well. I have over 100 of those, so that's awesome. And I think that's going to be it for today's video. Next video is going to be tomatoes and some more pepper plants. Then I'm going to be doing vegetables and giant pumpkins. Got a pretty good list. So thanks for watching.